So we usually get to have a circle time before the show starts, and so this is it. I wish we were all together, but it is what it is. So here we go. Okay, so whenever we tell stories, we almost always have a beginning, a middle, and an end. For example, I'm going to go with Cinderella since we all know Cinderella. So we know where she's from, we know what her situation is, fairy godmother, glass slipper, handsome prince, and happily ever after. And we tell these stories because we know the ending, and the ending is always good. It makes the middle moments worth all the pain. But if we stopped the story after Cinderella dropped her slipper, what would we see? We would see her crying, we would see her upset, heartbroken, complaining, devastated. And so I wanted to talk to you about middle moments. This was actually also Aubrey's idea too. So we want to talk to you about the middle moments because we're in a middle moment right now. You're all experiencing your own individual middle moments, and as a program, we're definitely experiencing a middle moment right now because we don't know what the ending is. And maybe a year from now, I'll be able to talk at circle time and tell the silver lining and all that we learned and what a interesting experience this was. But right now, it's our middle moment, and it's okay to feel upset, and it's okay to feel heartbroken or devastated or like complaining. Allie and Hannah picked our theme this year to be Rise, and whenever Aubrey and I would tell people what the theme was, they would always like, Rise? Like, what do you mean rise? Rise what? How do we decorate for that? What's the point behind it? And we would say, well, they wanted to have a message that had a little more of a meaning, and maybe rise by lifting other people or just rising above, and people would be like, okay, not that people hated it, but it just was a little bit different than what we've done in the past. And now, here's the end to this story. What better theme could they have picked for our middle moment? As much as I want someone to someday pick Beach Party or Footloose, and Aubrey really wants Party in the USA, how would those themes be helping us right now? Probably not a lot. So we are in a middle moment, and we can stay stuck here in this middle moment, or we can rise. Individually and as a group, we have to decide what the next right step is for us and how we can move forward towards our happy ending of sorts. So I want to take a minute and tell you how amazing your current distinguished young women are, Hannah and Allie. This is their year too, because they are supposed to be getting to do their farewell and getting to experience it with you and MC the program and show their talents and all their accomplishments at state. And I just want you to know that you're very lucky to be associated with these girls. And maybe you could say, well, I got cheated out of hanging out with them for the last 4 weeks. And that's true, the in-person contact, but I guarantee you that if you want to be, these girls will be your friends for life. And I want you to know a few things about them. I'm looking at my notes here so I don't forget. We wanted to send 2 representatives to state for a really long time because we have such a large number of girls in our community. And last year's the first year that we were allowed to do that. And people in the community would sometimes say like, well, that's not going to be the same if you send 2 girls because it's anticlimactic. You have 2 winners, and then they're going to feel kind of cheated out of having the honor of being the distinguished young woman, and they'd have to share it. And anyway, I still wanted to do it. I still wanted to send 2 to state, so we did. And these 2 were the first time that we were able to send 2, and they've been unbelievable. From the night that they won, they began supporting each other. We saw them at Denny's after the show, and they were like, hey, like, we're in this together. And it was so awesome. And then we went to state to watch them. Allie takes first runner-up, and then Hannah takes DYW of Idaho. And we were crazy cheering for them. We couldn't believe that we had won. And I wanted to tell you, at state, I watched Hannah stand in line in her self-expression line before she answered her question, and the girl that came back before her had just answered her question, and she took the time to tell that girl, oh, you did such a great job, right before she went up to answer her question. And I was like, just such a selfless girl, thinking of others, even though she was right in the middle of her own thing. And then I watched Allie create the cutest Instagram post after Hannah won DYW of Idaho. Allie was first runner-up, remember? and just this shout out, that's my girl, she won the whole thing, and it was so cute. She didn't even take any praise for all that she had accomplished. She just took the time to post about her girl Hannah and how well she had done at state, and we loved that. Something else that the committee said about Hannah and Allie is that they always said thank you, no matter what, even in the midst of all this coronavirus stuff, when we haven't always done what they wanted to happen for you guys. They always tell us thank you, and just so grateful for all of the help that they've been given. So they've also been planning and working on this local program since state, and they have been fighting for you every step of the way. As COVID started to kind of ruin plans, they would often say like, well, can we do it this way? Or how about this way? Always thinking of you girls and how to make your experience better. So now cue the middle moment. We're in the middle moment. Allie is a gymnast, as you know, and she is supposed to be having gymnastics meets where colleges can come and recruit her. But that all got canceled for her. And so what did she do? She made a list of all the colleges that had a gymnastics team that she could compete on and a nursing program, which is what she wants to major in. She made a list and she emailed all of them. Sent them her information and her gymnastics videos, I'm sure, and waited for the response. And she got several responses of people who were interested in her coming. And she took matters into her own hands. She took the next best step in this middle moment. The next best step for her was to do this. She could have sat there and cried about it. And how will I ever, be on a gymnastics team, and what will I do? But instead, she took the next best step, and now she's going to the University of Alaska D1 gymnastics nursing program. It's going to be awesome. And then Hannah, who's supposed to be heading to Alabama in just a couple of weeks. We're supposed to be flying there to cheer her on. She's supposed to represent Idaho at a national competition and spend 2 weeks, exploring Alabama, making lifetime friendships and memories that it's just no longer happening. It's just all canceled. So cue her middle moment. This everything's online now. She's competing digitally, and she has to take the next best step for her. And what I've noticed is that she has put all of her focus on you guys and this program, and she has decided not to think about what's been taken from her, but to put all of her energy into you guys and earning money for the program. She's, I'm really determined to they need more scholarship money than what we have, and always texting us new things and putting videos out and trying to make this program as best as it can be for you guys, all the while still preparing for nationals. But she's taking the next best step for her in this middle moment. Hannah and Allie are girls that you should aspire to be like, that you should be grateful to know, and hopefully do what you can to maintain that friendship, because these girls are going places. They're ambitious and they're kind and good, and they're girls that I hope my daughters will become like, and that says a lot. So let's see. Oh yes, they have shown you how to rise above middle moments, and they would gladly help you in the middle of yours. So girls, we love you. We have missed getting to be with you as much as we're used to, but as we sat in on your practice interviews and we watched your talent videos, and Aubrey and I would talk, oh, this girl said this and it was so funny, it was so cute, and she was so good, and we are still so grateful to know you, and we're beaming with pride, and I can't wait to meet the judges tomorrow and say, prepare to be impressed, because our girls are amazing, and you really are. Remember that only 2 of you are going to be heading on to state, and those 2, you have a very special privilege to represent all the other girls that are going, because I'm telling you, on any given day, any given night, with different judges, different girls could be chosen to represent all of you. So please take it as a special privilege that you get to represent all of these girls. And I'm so proud of all of you for sticking it out. Not everyone was able to, for whatever reason, but it has not been easy to stick out this Distinguished Young Women program, and it's impressive that you committed and stuck to it. Also, keep in mind that obviously only 2 of you are going to win, and so decide what it is that you're taking from this experience, so that this DYW story that we're all part of doesn't end in the middle. Because if you have nothing else to take except, well, if I win a scholarship, then it was worth it. If you have nothing else to take besides that, then your story's going to end in the middle. And you're going to have this really ugly middle moment to just be stuck in. So decide what else you can take from the experience so that you can move past this middle moment and have your happy ending. We love you. Thanks to all of our committee and host moms and parents. This has been just a different kind of year, but it's still going to be great. You guys are amazing, and we know you're going to rock it this weekend. So we love you. Good luck.